Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I'm back to show you my layouts from the past few days, but also to show you guys maybe some new ways to you on how to incorporate hidden journaling into your pages. So I'm going to start out with day 22 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. There is a Facebook group where you can go and get all the days of sketches, and you can see what everyone else has created. And if you have been watching me this month, you know that I have been working on these journaling prompts, and these are pinned over on my Facebook group up in the featured section. I've worked through some of them. I kind of skipped around to some other ones because these were getting a little too hard, like just to figure out, because a lot of these I could have combined into just one. So thinking up stories to tell was kind of hard, so I just kind of skipped around. And on these, I kind of just threw it all out the window on this set of layouts, because I did journal on them, I think all but one. But I just kind of wrote my own story. I didn't have ChatGPT to help me tell it. So, this one's day 22, and the sketch is by the Crafty Karen. So, Karen Kidwell created this sketch with strips. This would be great for scrap papers or use washi tape up. But this is my layout that I created, and this is a picture of my daddy and my two brothers and me. And this was quite a few years ago. I actually lost my dad last year, so these pictures are even more special to me now. And this is where I incorporated my journaling. When I glued my photo, I just glued along the edges so that I could still pull my tag out. So I put every fall my dad would make a trip from North Carolina to Tennessee to pick the apples at his house on the mountain. His sister would turn it into apple butter and jelly and juice that he would give all of us at Christmas. I sure miss him. And I just kept it short and sweet, but it still tells the story. And so that one's that layout. And then day 23 is this sketch here. And this one's by Lisa Cuneo at my scrapbook table. And I ended up creating this layout. I apologize for the glare. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's sparkly, and I used texture paste over here, my gold texture paste. I used up, also combining all of these with How to Kill a Kit with Style. I used up the kit. I had the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Berries or something like that y'all know I did a whole series on, a whole month long. I only have a few scraps left, and I actually threw in a little bit extra, a piece of 12 by 12 that I had in my stash, just to bring it around. And I had wondered what I was going to do with all of these like old antique labels and ephemera, because I really had no use for them, and I was actually going to toss them or put them in my donate pile. And then I found these Cracker Barrel pictures I already had printed. We went one year for the 4th of July, and they worked out perfect for Cracker Barrel pictures because, you know, Cracker Barrel is decorated with all the old-timey stuff. So this was the 4th of July. We actually went to Cracker Barrel because Michael had to work. So this is my hidden journaling. I added the rest of the pictures. It gave me the luxury of adding all the pictures I had, so I cut some of them down. So I was able to get 6 pictures on here. I could have even added 2 more if I didn't want to do journaling or add all this. I just added more ephemera because, like I said, I really didn't have a use for any of it. And I put, normally we go to Jeremy and Stephanie's every year for the 4th of July. But this year Michael had to work, so we settled for going to Cracker Barrel to eat, then sitting out in their rockers to enjoy the amazing firework display put on in Athens, Tennessee. And that was July 4th, 2020. So, that is a great way to incorporate it. And all I did was I just had my paper already cut that I matted my photos on. Because I was trying to think of how I was going to incorporate it. And then I was like, you know what? I could just make a flip. And so I just made me a little, this is probably about 2 inches, and then just folded it in half, and then just made it so that it could fold. So, whenever I take and put this into my album, I will do it just like I do flip flaps. So I will just cut a little slit into my page protector, and then I can bend this or whatever to put it up in it, so that when it's in the page protector, I can still just open and close this flap to look at it. And I do have some videos, other videos of me showing that. It's probably been a minute, but they are out there. Okay, the next one is a 2-pager. Let's see if I can fit it all in. And this is a sketch, and designed by Melinda Barkman, and it was a beachy themed sketch, and I don't really have any beach pictures, but I was thinking, okay, water pictures, let's see what we can do. I'm also going to combine this one with Mixed Media Mayhem, and the prompts were chipboard, metallic, and ink. So I did ink my background. I added texture paste. I added sparkles for the metallic element. And my chipboard, I used lots of little chipboard pieces. I mixed like multiple summer collections that I had for these layouts. And I also AI generated these flowers that I used on here. And then I used buttons as the centers. So that was fun. I used lots of stickers. And for my hidden journaling, I have this. I have not journaled yet because I need to look up the dates and all that. But I already had these photos printed. And if you've been watching, you know I'm trying to use up photos that I already have printed instead of printing more. So these are from the kids at Fort Bluff summer camp. And, oh, well, I guess I already have the date. So I just need to write some stuff on there. But that's my 2-page layout. And another way, this one's just a flip too, but it's just flipping the opposite direction. And like I said, it's a great way to be able to include a lot of pictures on a page. So next up we have day 25 of 30 days of sketches. It's also my Saturday DIY embellishment, so if you leave a comment on this video, you will be entered to win the embellishment. So let me show you what that is real quick. Oops, and I just threw it. This is the embellishment. I haven't done a whole lot of fall stuff this year because I've just been kind of jumping around. So I wanted to make something fall, but look how cute. This is one of the freebies I shared on my group a couple weeks ago from cadoodlebugdesigns.com. She does a weekly freebie, and this was the freebie, I think, the week before this week. So she's super cute. I stamped, the papers are cut the same, and I pretty much took a stamp set that I had of little circles and just stamped it on there so she could have polka dots, so to speak, on there. And then I put a little what's they called, enamel dots on there. That was a, I don't know, epoxy, I don't know, whatever it's called. And of course I used some foam tape. So all you have to do is leave a comment and you'll be entered to win this cute little bear. And then this is our sketch. This is by Brandy Jo at Scrappy Boy Mama. I don't know if you can see it on there. So this is the sketch, and this is what I ended up creating, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I think it's mostly because of the color palette, And I don't know, it just, I love it because I love the colors and all the papers. But I don't know, something about it just makes me happy. I use my grandbaby Vivian on here. Of course, she can't be on social media, so she's covered up. But I did use some of my gold texture paste on there. And then I took a piece of paper and I fussy cut the flowers, popped some of them up, used buttons for the centers, and then created a title. I have been using up a ton of my leftover thickers and stickers in general, because that's something I rarely ever reach for. So that's what I created for day 25. And then let's see, okay, that's both of those on there. And then we have day 26, which is Shake It, Scrap It, Create It. And the prompts were flowers, paper tearing, and the color lime. And this is the sketch created by Vicky Taganod, Memories and Moments Scrapbooking. And this is the layout I created. And I used a pre-made Vicky Bouton paper. And then I added some texture paste to make it look like splashes. I just used some of my, I think it's called Clear. I don't remember. It's like translucent or whatever. It still shows up. So I used more letters and I used some more of those flowers I had. This is a picture of Brooke at the water park at Wilderness at the Smokies. And for my hidden journaling, I actually worked in a ton more photos. So let me open this up to show you. So I kind of did like a little accordion fold so that I could add on my photos. So this is me, Blake, and Brooke at the water park. We went on a church trip, and it was the first time me and Blake had ever been to a water park, so it was really fun. Brooke had been before with her friends, but we all had a lot of fun. It was the first time I ever been in a wave pool, and I couldn't even stand up. Like, it was crazy. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And then on the back side of it, I also added photos so that I could include all the photos I had left from the water park adventure. And then when you turn it around the right way, it has the other picture and my journaling, which said, we had lots of fun at Wilderness of the Smokies Water Park. It was the first time me and Blake had ever been to a water park. The wave pool was awesome, but also dangerous to me. We went with church, Unity Gospel Tabernacle. And I need to look up the date for these because I don't remember what year it was. But I need to shake for next week's prompts. But other than that, that is all the layouts I have. So that is like 4 different ways that you could incorporate hidden journaling or hidden pictures if you didn't want them being the main picture shown for whatever reason. So I hope that gave you some ideas and inspired you. So let me grab the jars and we will shake for next week's Shake It, Scrap It, Create It. Alright, so first up, we only have one left in embellishment, so it gets refilled this time. But doilies is what was left, so you can use doilies. If you've never played along, this is something we do every week. I draw 3 prompts out of the jars, shapes, colors, numbers on this one. You do not have to create a layout. You could do a card, a junk journal page, an art, whatever. Anything you want. I'm not the craft police. This is just to get you inspired and thinking outside the box and using the supplies that you have that's collecting dust. Hexagon is our next prompt. And you can play along over on the Facebook group and be entered to win Happy Mail each month. I draw on the last day of the month. This one's Techniques and Tools. It's an awesome group of ladies over there. And I think we just hit 600 members. And there's so much inspiration. Everyone is so sweet over there. And embossing is going to be our technique. So, hexagon, doilies, and embossing. I can't wait to see what you guys create. We also have challenges over there, scrap lift challenges every Monday, if you would be more interested in that. But until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It inspired you, and you will go and be creative. See y'all later. Bye, y'all.